Hey, Frank, what stands out the most to you, not just from this series, but the whole postseason now, 4-1 over Portland, 4-1 over Houston. What is your takeaway from the way your team is playing?
Well, I'm really proud of our whole team. Beginning with our captains, but really top to bottom on our whole roster's commitment to the defensive end. We played against the hottest player in the bubble in Dame Lillard in the first round, and this team that is unique and has one of the most high-powered offenses in the history of the league. James and Russ, both MVP level players. Great three-point shooting support system, and we really committed to the defensive end. And even though they have a three-point attack, it was a paint-first mindset. Our verticality and rim protection was just special tonight. The commitment was there, and from the beginning of the season, our group is really committed to that end of the floor, and it's paying dividends right now.
Frank, what's most impactful about the LeBron and AD combo on and off the court? As I don't know if there's a difference in postseason and regular season, but is there anything that stands out about the way that those two impact?
Well, the fact that they're so cohesive on and off the court really impacts our group's togetherness and our chemistry, and it filters down to the rest of the guys. And then obviously both of them have dominant abilities on both sides of the floor. They're both willing passers. So, they fit what we're trying to build here in terms of being a first team offensively and one that's athletic and gifted and talented and committed on the defensive end. All those things are leading us to success thus far, and looking forward to seeing how far we can take it.
Hey, Frank, it's Dave. It's pretty obvious that the level of play you guys have been at these last two rounds is different from what we saw in the seeding round. How can you explain the improvement and the growth you've shown, in these first two rounds of play compared to when you first got down?
Well, it just takes a little time to gel. We had 4 months off, and obviously the guys had to get their legs back under them, rhythm and timing, all those types of things. And then obviously when we played the first 2 games or 3 games, we clinched the 1 seed. We began, getting a lot of guys a lot of work. So, there was a little bit of unfamiliarity, just trying to work guys in and whatnot. But, the confidence that I've had in this group has been strong all the way through. And, I'm excited about what we can accomplish going forward, not just what we've accomplished thus far.
Hey, Frank, obviously the playoffs are such a different animal. I'm wondering what you've learned about this team through these first 2 rounds and the way they've responded to going down 0-1 in each round.
Yeah, well, they've got a great ability to figure things out. That's the number one thing for me. And both within a game, as opposing coaches and teams are putting adjustments in place. Our group's ability, our assistant coaches, myself, our player leaderships, every guy from the first guy to the last guy down the end of the bench is talking and just figuring the game out and figuring the series out. And we've had really productive film sessions just to tweak the plan or strengthen the plan each time we play a game in these playoffs. And we continue to get better as the series goes along. Hopefully that will continue.
Hey Frank, it's Tanya.
Hi, Tanya.
I was wondering, when the Lakers are back in the conference finals, it's a big deal because it's been 10 years and this is an organization that was accustomed to being there. Do you want your players thinking about the pressure there is with that, the pressure that comes with trying to get the Lakers back to something that their fans and the organization expects to be doing?
To me, those are end result things. We're super happy for our fans. We're the best fans in the world and the largest fan base in the world in terms of NBA basketball. And Laker Nation, we're all happy for you guys to have the success and put us back in the conference finals with the opportunity to do something great. And but for us, our focus really remains on the task at hand and staying in the moment, and we're not thinking about pressure or what we have to win for who and all those types of things. We really just have a task-oriented, stay-in-the-moment mindset, and it really pays dividends for us.
Allie?
Great.
Dallas. Have you guys grown in this series, needing not to be quite as reliant on LeBron, maybe just kind of
I think the supporting cast played well in this series, but I think they played well for us all year. We have an extremely deep team, and we have obviously the two big guns, but it's when you have an army of guys that can really step up and be a third leading scorer or a defensive star on any given night. Whether it's our centers who didn't even play in this series, or like I said, the army of wings that we have that can dribble, pass, shoot, and guard. That's a tough thing to prepare for, and the consistency that we've seen in these playoffs, and it just gives us a lot of optimism and hope for what we can accomplish with what we have around Anthony and LeBron.
Jeff?
Pre-game, you talked about the two lessons from your first series and then the Clippers Denver Nuggets series. Then you said LeBron sometimes gives hints and clues on how it's going to come out. Those two things tonight manifested itself in the first quarter. What did you think of that? I guess how it set the tone for the game.
Yeah, our whole group was really locked in. And you can see that with LeBron. He's always locked in, but he was definitely locked in for getting the job done tonight. There was great importance placed on a sense of urgency and getting the job done with this group, with this game, and learning the lessons of understanding that the Nuggets came back last night after 3 quarters being down. Portland played a great game in an elimination game against us. The Rockets' last game, when we had a 23-point lead, cut it to 5. They're going to keep fighting, and we understood how good a team this is. So I was just proud of the sense of urgency that our whole group brought to tonight's game.
Alrighty, I think last question. Tanisha has it on Zoom.
Yes, Anthony Slater.
Yeah, Coach, you coached some really good Indiana playoff defenses. Number one, would you say this Lakers team, is it the best defense you've ever coached? And also, could you maybe compare and contrast what it was like trying to craft an elite playoff defense back then compared to now, and how much it's changed?
Yeah, I'd prefer to stay away from comparisons, but I love how this team is defending right now. I can tell you that much. And this is a different era of NBA basketball. So the scheme that we used back then is very, very different than what we're using right now. But this group is really locked into the details of it, and it's a heck of a weapon, in these playoff series, to be able to really take away the other team's strengths. And when you have the ability to do that with the offensive firepower that we have, you have a chance to do something special.